Welcome back to the stream. And my audio is doubled again. What in the hell is going on here? Why is it doing this every single time? Anyway, it's the stream. Today, we're playing not Hearts of Iron, but a game called Crisis in the Kremlin. It's like, as I understand it, if the Cold War, a Hearts of Iron Cold War mod had a baby with Crusader Kings. Except you don't really move armies around the map, so it's nothing like that. So, if you're watching, thank you for watching. Please consider a comment, a like, or a subscribe. And I'm going to finish getting the stream all set up. Also, go check out the new video up on YouTube. Kaiser Redux, A to Z, Tsardom of Bulgaria. Took me a while to get it finished. But that's just because it's me, myself, and I. I like the thumbnail. I'm proud of some of the jokes that I made while editing, especially the one that's right off the rip. Yeah. Explicitly labeled as not copyrights. Is there a... I'm not seeing Yugoslavia. What? I want to play Yugoslavia. Once you start the game? Okay. Well, if this music is copyrighted, I gotta do that. So. Oh, Yugoslavian DLC? I don't have the DLC. Yugoslavia. Okay. Let's do that and that. Let's come down here. I should, Okay. Crisis in the Kremlin. Cold War. Okay, we'll do that. Crisis. Kremlin. Russia. I'm doing tags for YouTube right now. Oh, this is a remake of a game from '91. I did not know that. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Okie dokie. It's not out yet? Okay. Here we go. New game. Never played before. Okay, let's go here. Mikhail Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Who do we have? Editor. Create your own general secretary. Well, obviously, we're going to go with the hardest one. Well, I forget everything, so. Hostile mode. Purge mode, literally 1937. Pelago. We'll go. I'll create my own general secretary. Oh, that's pretty cool. Name. Let's go with General. Ooh. Nah. I'm gonna name it after my first mod. General Donut. Unlock more portraits as I play. Surname. General Donut. Mods. 62? No. Oh, shit. There's a point system? Oh, well. All the different SLRs. Female. It should take a point away for hard mode. I kid. Characteristics influence the politician's traits depending on the position held. Oh, it's like 3 points per? You get more points the older you make him. Simultaneous conspiracies created. Affects the number of searches for dangerous conspiracies and double the amount. Health. Okay. We'll go... Affects the number of searches for dangerous conspiracies. Okay. Then we'll make him 58. Health. Make him a little bit of health. We'll make him kind of healthy. Okay. Oh. Alright, well, we won't make him healthy because we need points for this crap, apparently. Gives 3 points. Ooh. Can't be appointed as military advisor. Informal socialist, the social patriots, monarchist. Hey, yo. I kind of want to go monarchist. Just because I think it'd be funny. Unambitious. Nationalist. USA economy stability, minus 17. It's pretty good. Hedonist. Political authority points plus 0.33 for each minister with trait dissident. Conspiracy theorist. Give me I want that conspiracy theorist. Number 1. Anti-Atlanticist. Conspiracy theorist. Arbitrary. Nuclear specialist. Partocrat. Corruption level plus cannot be appointed as a military advisor. Well, I want to be able to be appointed as a military advisor. God. Monarchist dissidents hedonists. Are you would that be like hard mode? Yeah, I can. This says can be. That doesn't say I can't be. Okay, I'm not gonna go super hard mode. A firm hand. -3 points. Damn. Bishop manager, hedonist, intriguer, poor recruiter. Damn, I really don't know what to pick here. Okay. So Europe, Southeast Asia -2, except for the following types of government: building communism, socialism with national specific, conservative socialism. -1.2 political loyalty points. People's favorite, I think. Where was that? This is from the Social Patriots and National Democrats. I have to select 4? Back for modifier points, the issue of alcoholism. Loyalty of all ministers without trait aesthetic. What were the ones that gave 0? Radical. No. Telegenista. Number of ICBMs -0.5. That's dumb. Sympathy to the neo-Stalinists. Conservatives, moderates. I'm gonna go with neo-Stalinists. If I'm going hard mode, I'm going hard. Well, it's not really hard mode, but... Telegenista loyalty, corruption. Fine, partocrat. Informed socialist is the worst one. Is that a trait you can pick? The star with a fist. Oof. Oof. Informal socialist. Got it. I could go all the way down to 56 years old, but... Yeah. I'll just go down to 59. Enable tutorial. Yes. A real-time political strategy game. In the game, you will take on the role of the head of state to save the USSR from collapse. Various tools for managing a country are at your disposal. The current game date is displayed. 1, 2, 3 game. Speed. Activate the game time by pressing 1, 2, or 3. Oh. Open the event. Here are 3 types of events in the game. Newspaper event, where there are no response options. Standard event with multiple response options. Dialogue event, where a politician addresses you with response options. Held in the following countries. There are unfinished research progress. Research section. Agricultural. Integrated food supply. Intensive development of agriculture. Previously unsuitable lands. Environmental engineering. Dual purpose crop breeding. Let's go with intense development of agriculture. So it represents a strategic program aimed to increase the productivity and efficiency of agro-industrial complex. This approach includes the introduction of modern. There will be a decision available use of high-yield varieties. Certain amount of science points. There are 4 types of science points in total. However, it's not enough to research. You also need to implement most technologies unlock access to decisions. We need intel. Oh, can I research multiple things? Cybernetic points? Oh, dude, that sounds awesome. So does that mean I'm still researching this? It does mean I'm still researching that. Cybernetics points. Cybernetics and computers. Cool. Nationwide data transfer. Practical implementation of OGAS. No. OGAS. I can choose to start researching something in every category right now. Ooh. Nah, I like a lunar base. Mostly I like this, the interplanetary ship for the end of what's the movie? Where the Russians where the Soviet Union had set up a secret military base on Oh, really? Oh, okay. Iron Sky 2. The end of the movie ends with the secret Soviet military base on Mars. Research only 1. Got it. Fast neutron, experimental fusion, in-depth quantum. Okay. The Euro missile. Increased number of missiles and place them in Hungary. Missile deployment in Eastern Europe. Declare a moratorium on the deployment of RSD-10. Going aggressive actions of the United States and America's leadership's refusal to negotiate, we continue to deploy medium-range missiles into Eastern Europe. That's right. Ouch. Main country indicators are located in the top left. I feel like I need to boost my relations with China. Now indicating the readiness of the U.S. Armed Forces range from 5 to 1. Increases by 1 point. Decreases by 1 point. Okay. France, China, these are the main rivals and competitors for spheres of diplomatic influence. Deterioration of the relationship then can trigger a crisis. Military readiness is an indicator of the strength of a country's army. It was involved in wars, events. Loyalty of the security services. All right. All right. 75. 3/4 of the way. Political capital. Accumulated points of political power is the main resource in the game. Is required for conducting internal and foreign policies, making decisions, changing doctrines. Science points in the game. Contributions to various budget items affect the accumulation of science points. Science points are used to conduct research. You can do more and more about research in the science section. Radical opposition strength. All right, they're losing strength. Nice. Okay. I'm between income and expenses. Ouch, that's not great. The reserve. I know what the reserve is. Thanks. Let's review the main elements of the diplomacy section. Material alliances, economic blocks, influence, map of influence, major powers, ideologies, a map of the political systems, relationships to the player. Press to see a diplomatic map modes. You just zoom in or out on the map. This can also be done with the mouse wheel. Ooh, it's just like Hearts of Iron. Uh-oh. Select any of the subjects of the USSR on the map and click on it with LMB. Left mouse button. Ukraine. Be occupied by two indicators, the diplomacy vector and the liberalization vector. Vector, the more opportunity for intervention. The liberalization vector indicates public dissatisfaction with countries. Too much liberalization can lead to the activation of a crisis event involving civil unrest. Bottom window. Economy. Diplomatic. Oh, one time, persistent, all. Yeah, okay. Conditions are met. However, the icon and check the conditions with provide subsidies button. Monetary reserve greater or equal to 150. Political 30 points greater than or equal to 25. Activate the button? What? Alright, well. I wish I didn't pick Ukraine, because they were real happy with me. Read about each of them. The country window is divided into two parts, upper and lower. Name of the country. Names of the other countries depend on the type of government. Panel contains the main information. Subject, nuclear weapons. Leadership trajectory, loyalty. Loyal. Autonomy. Government type. Ruling party, CPU. Oh, I've already been through all this. All players' countries indicators. Hover over the country flag. 224 allies in the Warsaw Pact 7. According to your preference, alphabetically, increasing or decreasing values. You can also sort all information. Here you can see the dynamic change of the selected parameter over a 6-month or 1-year period. Okay. I clicked on it. I don't know what you want from me. Click on any of the parameters, which I did. Open event. Second most powerful person in the party in the state. First person is Richard. Editor-in-chief of the Communist Magazine, admirer of Stalin, who initiated the rehabilitation of... Well, I just realized I picked monarchists and the neo-Stalinists. I literally kneecapped myself. Admirer of Stalin, who initiated the rehabilitation of Malta Party, Minister of Culture, and one of the ideologists of the Brezhnev era. An experienced regional leader who headed the Tomsk Regional Party for many years, one of Yuri Andropov's nominees who has been working since 1983 on the Commission for the Development of the Economic Forum. Once an Orthodox Marxist and promoter of the Shelepinsky Group, he was a bully for nationalists in the Literary Gazette. After that, he was removed from work in the party apparatus and sent as ambassador to Canada. Okay. Central Committee of the Politburo. Relationship with the player. Power of the politician. Rank of politicians 1. Put Stalin's grandchild in as king. There's an achievement if you have Stalin's cult of personality at the same time. Oh. 9. 19. 16. 71. 100. This guy ranks 3rd. What? I was hovering over the names. Sympathetic to neo-Stalinists. Moderates, reformers, liberals, Gorbachev. It's actually due in this position. Okay. Factional influence, reformers. Faction influence, social patriots. So I get 2 faction point things there. Diplomacy, intrigue, theft, thrift. I'm sorry. Types of income except basic consensus, army loyalty, spiritual contentment, military leadership, intelligentista loyalty, minister loyalty. Loyalty, corruption level, loyalty of all politicians with trait intriguer, -3. Oh my god. Political authority points -10. Special services loyalty. Loyalty of all ministers without trait aesthetic. I like this guy. But he is ranked 34 in the power of politicians. This guy's ranked 3. Oh no, this is the guy I was looking at. Light industry power, spiritual contentment, self-fulfillment. Man, people really don't like the Liberal Democrats. I'm gonna go with this guy. Position of second secretary with Yegor Ligochov, an experienced regional leader who, 18 years, achieved major successes in the development of the region at the cost of a chronic deficit. All right, well. To temporarily retreat to some capitalist reformations in order to preserve the future communist world. He's ready to support you as long as you yourself follow the path of Leninism. All right. Yep, I've seen all of these. How do I shut off the friggin' tutorial? Oh no. Oh, the music button. Ah, okay. Where is the button? Ban is a long way to turn the creative process in and out of the internet. Project is Russia's musical group working in various formats from individual tracks to symphonies and operas. All music belongs exclusively to the main developers. Except for one of the 3 up from the button to avoid copyright. One, except the 1 3 up from the bottom. So this one. Out of copyright and in the public domain. Okay. Cool. Okay, we got a little bit of music. Non-copywritten music. Changes and reforms require new personnel. Negative trends have emerged in our construction, namely an increase in the volume of unfinished construction. Despite huge capital investments, your close and influential party members, represented by Comrade Yegor Ligachov and Vladimir Dolgik, proposed to consider the candidacy of first secretary, position of secretary of the Central Committee for Construction. During his tenure, he was able to improve regional indicators for supplying the population with necessary food products. Field of construction, the majority of the Politburo agrees with the proposal except for Anne, who does not feel it. Okay. Representative outstanding business executive is required for the position of Minister of Industry. Well, I don't really care what Tikhonov says. Political authority points minus 25. Well, this gives me more loyalty overall, so. General Donut Mods. Caught me off guard. I recommend a candidacy of the first secretary, regional committee for the position of minister. One of the most dynamic regions in terms of growth and industry potential. We certainly must take this into account. Young, promising personnel will be able to create new approaches and methods for the development. You want to click the button to the left of the music icon? Loyalty. Except for the special services and the spiritual contentment. Premature and pointed out the candidate's lack of experience and ministerial work. Another crisis. April plenum, personal issues. Currently, the Politburo Central Committee and the CSP, the governing body of the party, in the interval between the plenums of the General Committee, is in limbo. Generation, younger party members who emerged in the 80s. However, none of the parties has a clear majority. Currently, there are 11 members of the Politburo. General Donut Mods. General Donut Mods. Candidate members of the Politburo, that is, those party members who can participate in Politburo meetings but do not have the right to vote at them, are the following. Promote status and orthodoxies. Moderates 5. Factional influence, neo-Stalinists, social patriots. Yeah. Go with that. (14) As a result of the plenum, became members of the Politburo. Influence of Orthodox patriot forces in the party has grown. Guessing I can't do anything. What? AKA Katas Tisang Kalong Galangang Anak in Bayan. Click the circle button at the bottom right hand of the screen. Hey, Donut. Did you know that you're in this game? I named our party chairman after you. General Donut Mods. Body, depending on the doctrines, it could be the Central Committee of the ruling party or the current parliament of the country. It is unique. It has its own vision for reforms and support the neo-Stalinists. Earn hidden number of supporters through parliamentary investigations conducted by intelligence services. No. Support. Ban this group! So really, there's only 4 parties. I'm reading it right now. Donut. What I was saying is, you're in this game. I made you the chairman of our party. Political capital. Political authority points, which I'm assuming is the political capital. Stopping our support. Wait, okay. We'll stop if special services, power, or political capital less than 10. Hawaii, it's on you, Donut. You failed Hawaii. Support. Does this mean we're supporting it? Ooh, monetary reserves. Okay, not quite. How do I get out of here? Mikhail Gorbachev. Postpone. Okay. Another crisis. April plenum. Acceleration. A number of economists and socialists were given carte blanche to develop projects for Soviet economic reform. One of the key documents, lag between the production relations of Soviet society and the development of productive forces. Named one of the key problems of the national economy of the USSR as the predominance of administrative methods of economic management over economic ones, and centralized methods over decentralized ones. Over the last decade, the rate of economic growth has decreased significantly. Disproportions in the development of industries offers several solutions. Some propose a launch of a policy of acceleration, expanding imports, budget spending, and recognize the lag of the economy at the official level in order to achieve an advanced level of development of mechanical engineering. This program should raise our mechanical engineering to the world level in just a few 5-year plans. Just a few 5-year plans, huh? Curtailed on Chernenko, arguing that this will revive production and reduce the amount of downtime and production deficits. All the words about the problems of the Soviet economy are all lies and slander against the socialist system, so it is necessary to start a campaign to persecute dissidents. Andropov's methods. Ability of essential goods, corruption level, consensus utility. The acceleration program. Hidden numbers of faction moderates, reformers, and liberal Democrats Monetary reserve greater than or equal to 50. Okay, so I have to do this one or this one. Hidden number of faction conservatives, neo-Stalinists. Political authority points, -5. Okay. One-time effect. Political authority points -50. So I would lose 55 points. Yes. Administrative measures can solve the structural problems of the country's economy is an open question. General Donut mods. Oh, okay. All right. So it's -50 now, and then it'll go down to -154. Got it. Because this one is our, like, what we add every year or whatever. Measures can solve the structural problems of the economy are... methods, elections will be held. The centrist party... Oh yeah, they're in NATO. Reliable shield of peace. Soviet Union countries of Eastern Europe concluded the Treaty of Friendship, Cooperation, Mutual Assistance, which served as the basis for the creation of the Warsaw Pact. Treaty was a response to the refusal of the Soviet Union and socialist countries to join NATO as well as FRG's ascension to the alliance. The friendship agreement was concluded 30 years, and now, because the approaching expiration date needs to be extended, the upcoming event could be an excellent opportunity to provide certain signals. Cancellatory rhetoric. Liberalization. Ugh. Unnecessary noise. Unnecessary noise. Oh my god, dude. There's been an event every day. Need for anti-alcohol campaign. And Mikhail's, when he was first secretary of the Tomsk Regional Committee, not without success, strove to turn the city into an exemplary sobriety zone. Fight drunkenness, considering it one of the main reasons for the stagnation of the Soviet economy. They proposed an annually reduced vodka production by 10%, organized temperance societies throughout the country, and limit of sale of alcohol. Turning to the experience of Brezhnev's campaigns, which consisted of increasing prices for high-proof alcohol and reducing its production in exchange for increasing production of wine and beer. Against the campaign, since there is simply nothing to close the budget hole that is created by the sharp reduction in revenues. Accept a compromise and ban only strong alcohol. Income from agriculture will decrease by 15%. Release even cheaper vodka! relations with subject states, consensus, unity, civil activity, strength of radical opposition, minus 1.2. Where are you at? What does this cost me? Oh, my God. Okay, you get it every month. I understand. Or something. Dun 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 dun. Republic of South Africa is rightly regarded as one of the most developed countries in the world. However, its success is built entirely on segregation and discrimination. After the end of the Second World War, the National Party came to power. Republic, which for the past decades has pursued policy of apartheid, racial segregation, and discrimination against the indigenous population by the white minority. Complete separation, economic, social, and domestic spheres, special reservations. The reforms caused a split in the National Party. A far-right radical wing led by Andres split from it and founded the Conservative Party. Despite the Reagan administration's favorable attitude towards the anti-communism of the MP regime, the United States did impose sanctions. Now the whole world is lying in wait for the decision on the USSR. Yes. I would join the sanctions. Is it something at the beginning of every single month? Next session of the Supreme Council is due to take place where, due to the death of K.U. Chernenko, new chairman of the Presidium of the Supreme Soviet of the USSR, head of the Soviet state, will be elected. It is usually occupied by the General Secretary of the Central Committee. This was the case with Brezhnev, Andropov, and Chernenko, but why should it be this time? There are now several candidates which could take the position. Kuznetsov. Andrei Gromyko is an experienced specialist who has a wide variety of government and party positions. Has held. Longtime foreign minister, respected both at home and abroad. The third is General Donut Mods, a young and promising party member who has experience in legal and legislative issues. Nominate your own candidacy. Oh no, I didn't choose monarchist. Okay. Alright. Loyalty of faction of neo-Stalinists, doctrine value, separation of powers, changes to head of parliament, prime minister without power. Faction influence, neo-Stalinists. That's a reformer. I don't like reformers. This guy's rank 4. Consensus, unity, relation with countries of Comic-Con, vector of liberalization of allied countries, strength of special services, army loyalty. So giving this guy... Hey, this guy's unambitious, so he's not going to ice pick me. I will nominate my own candidacy. At the beginning of July, the third session of the Supreme Soviet of the USSR of the 11th convocation took place. The key issue on the agenda was the election of chairman of the Presidium of the Supreme Soviet. Acting chairman of the Supreme Soviet of the USSR gave a speech on the issue. Both chambers of the Supreme Council believe that General Secretary General Donut Mods would be the best candidate for the position of chairman. His purposeful, energetic, proactive activities as General Secretary, his business and human qualities, experience, and political wisdom earned him universal respect, trust, and sympathy of the party of the people. Oh, yeah. That's not good. What do we got here? Military aid. Trade. Bottom right. Budget. There it is. You can change the amount of investment using da-da-da-da-da. Preserve the accumulated money reserve is used for conditional expenses. Export share of foreign currency received from exports. Cannot invest more money to import articles than what you receive from exports. Debt to foreign creditors. A country can take loans from three forces and the IMF. However, a certain amount of money will be spent on debt repayment each year. Fixed expenses. These consist of debt repayments to other countries on the diplomatic map. Okay. But you know what? I feel like I should also be able to click up here. All right. What do we got here? Imports of art objects. Intelligentista, spiritual satisfaction, relations with Western Europe, civic engagement, power of radical opposition. Let's see here. We have no budget going. Oh no, we do have some budget going into infrastructure. IPI, employment, light industry, luxury goods, consumer goods, services sector. Oh. What? Check the stats tab. I'm still taking this in. Economy, public services level, agricultural power. Ability of essential goods, heavy industry power, light industry power. Listen, I was still looking at this page when you're like, go check another page. I'm not criticizing. I'm just like, it's my first time. I appreciate any advice. Just give me a minute to take something in. Yeah, it was a diss at General Donut. Fair. agriculture. I can't really get rid of agriculture. Hey, we got a +4 now. -6. Okay, fair. -6. Fair. -6. So all of these... Oh, that's a 10. -6. Ah, haha. So there's a total number in here. If I exceed that number, the other numbers go down. Cybernetic science points. Forgery. The EU light industry. Envelopes for the Intelligentista. For every 10 to 50, then corruption ++. State propaganda. I do like state propaganda. Okay. For every 10 minus 200. Got it. Okay. No. Interest rate per month, 0.9. France, IMF. Oh my God, borrowing from the IMF is expensive. World Festival of Youth and Student preparations. Young people carte blanche to criticize superpowers and allow free communication. Do not limit contacts. Contacts of Soviet citizens with foreigners in every possible way. And adjust the programs of events. Yes. Censor anti-Soviet propaganda. What? -1. Military industrial complex, -1. Light industry, -1. World Festival of Youth Student slogan for victory over imperialism, solidarity and Marxist change. For solidarity and social justice, by respecting our past, we rebuild our future. Marxist change. Star Wars! President Reagan announced the beginning of development of the Strategic Defense Initiative, which involved the creation of anti-missile weapons in space. The aim of delivering unanswered nuclear strike. You see here. I know about this. This was a real thing. I mean, all of this is probably real things, but It was a farce, a folly. It was never a thing. It was all propaganda. The States of violating international treaties, announce unilateral moratorium on nuclear testing. Develop an asymmetric response. Monetary reserves minus 40. Threaten to develop our own thing. Relations with the United States minus 40. Oof. Think our will be pissed from the top option? Yeah. I figured. Authority points minus 100. Monetary reserves minus 50. Combat readiness level plus 10. Yeah, it looks like no matter what. We can ignore the provocation. It's just like all bad. Okay, what's my military leadership loyalty? 82? Top one is free research. Oh. We do have the monetary reserves. And the political authority points. Military points not being used. Can I do this now? Influence of Americanism +1. Cool. Military satellites done. Yeah. I found it. I found it. I just saw this thing that said military points too. And I went there first. Available to put a spy satellite into orbit. Ah. Crisis in relations with the United States. Rising global tensions have led to increased confrontations and arms race. American media accuses us of pursuing extremely aggressive foreign policy and continuous violation of international law. Prior to his last speech a few hours ago, the Pentagon announced an increase in the DEFCON scale to intense army drill. Line doctrine. Number of factions, reformers, liberals, and Democrats greater than or equal to 200. Monetary reserve, minus 50. Political 30 points. Number of ICBMs. Combat readiness 10. Relations with the USA will become 40. DEFCON level minus 1. Well, I'm already in here. The problem threatens the security of our people and the prospects for detent. We must take urgent measures to ease global tensions and avert the threat from our country. What? The USA will turn into radioactive ash. Doctrine value, diplomatic line. But I want to do this one. Special services, combat readiness level of 58. Ugh, I don't like that. DEFCON 3. Let's go. Oh. Combat ability, special forces power, USA combat ability, political capital +5. Spy satellites will play a key role in ensuring national security, providing important data on enemy military and economic facilities. Monetary reserve greater than or equal to 25. Let's go. Okay. Aha! Ability that we pay for. The modifier level for influence of Americanism will be increased by 1. You mean they're not being spent? Oh, yeah. Okay. Just I've earned them, but I can't spend them yet. Nothing is forgotten. The alleged grave of Nazi criminal and sadist Joseph Mengele, the man who worked in the notorious Auschwitz. You can check the modifiers by clicking the podium button. Okay. Name Angel of Death. Some public figures, due to their 40th anniversary of the victory of the Great Patriotic War, propose to hold an anti-month to once again remember the victims and honor the memory of the dead. We can also offer Brazil to carry out this campaign together, which will improve relations between our countries. Hold a conference with Brazil. In the USSR, allied countries, and Brazil, a large-scale month began during which the topic of atrocities of the regime in the Second World War became relevant again. As relations between Brazil and the United States are deteriorating, they're increasingly gravitating towards cooperation with USSR. But the internal political situation in Brazil leaves much to be desired. Apparently, the president of the new republic will not last long. Expenses for diplomatic actions. Yeah. Yep. 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 Got it. Impose an ideology. State diplomacy vector. Services. We will... Okay. Fate of a disgraced academician, Nobel laureate Andrei Sakharov, known for his dissident views, was stripped of all state awards and expelled from Moscow to the closed city of Gorky for criticizing our troops' involvement in Afghanistan over these last 5 years. He repeatedly held hunger strikes. Elena Bonner to travel abroad for treatment to meet relatives. Promises to stop public appearances except in exceptional cases. Concentrate on scientific work. Our legislation provides for the interruption of links for certain period. On the other hand, Bonner could request asylum in the West and subsequently seek family reunification, but we cannot release Sakharov abroad since he knows in every detail the entire path of the development of our atomic weapons. On the other hand, this will be a humane step and will contribute to providing relations with the West. 80s, early 90s for trying to get countries in your sphere of influence. Oh, okay. It is so easy to deteriorate relations with the United States. Loyalty faction, politicians, social patriots, neo-Stalinists. In the second outcome, okay, am I guessing this is if she, the second outcome is if she requests asylum? Strength of a radical opposition. You know what? I'm gonna let her go. Undergo treatment for the next 3 months, after which she will return back to Gorky. So far, she has refrained from making any anti-Soviet statements. He was given a laboratory in Gorky where he could continue his scientific work. Introduction of mandatory GTO physical training program. Monetary reserves -5. Moment of the 88 program. One-time effects from deploying a limited contingent and using tactical what? Tactical nuclear weapons. Ready for labor and defense complex for all students, employees, and workers. Will aim to improve the physical fitness of citizens, strengthen public health, and promote mass sports. Oh, damn it. My freaking deficit. Regular, they have a recurring influence. The impact of modifiers depends on their level. Tiered with progress, the impact of the modifiers also depends on their level. Some modifiers have a duration. Oh, man. May display not only the modifier's influence, but also its level and progress, if provided by the modifier. Okay. Budget! Minus 29. Uh-huh. I hovered over the speaker. I read it. My Lanta. Increases corruption? Okay. Like, God damn it, dude. Luxury goods, employment for every 10 above 150, and services sector, else services sector for every 10 below 100. Okay. Every 10 below 100, then market share taken. Social spending. Loyalty of the army for every 10 above 90, then availability of health care. 10 above 110, self-realization, loyalty of regions for every 10 below 100, and power of radical opposition. Okay, so we're good there. For every 10 below 200, then forgery. For every 10 below 200, then law enforcement. Ten above 250, self-realization. 10 above 250, political power points. I like that. But, you know. Every 10 above 50, corruption. Okay. Cannot accept, cannot accept. That's fine. anything else completed? There's reusable heavy-duty launch vehicles, constellation program. Secretary, recently our agents managed to contact CIA officer Aldrich Ames not so long ago. He was transferred to the department that organizes operations in the territory of our country, and therefore Ames gained access to personal data of American agents in the USSR. That he was disillusioned with the way American foreign policy appeared to him, but to help us in exchange for a certain amount of money and the payment of all his debts, which have accumulated quite a lot over the years. Recruit full-time. Basic income -5. Strength of special services, military leadership loyalty, special services loyalty, USA combat readiness -0.5. Oh. Maintenance costs will increase annually? Oh. Ugh. Yeah. We'll use the services once. I don't want it to increase exponentially. New York, the plane of the American airline Bar Harbor Airlines crashed while approaching the runway. FBI, all 8 passengers aboard, the crew members on board perished. Among them was 13-year-old American schoolgirl Samantha Smith and her father, Arthur. Well known in the USSR and around the world, she visited the USSR at the invitation of the Soviet. Upon return to the United States, she published a book about her meetings with Soviet children. Deepest desire of Soviet children is to preserve peace on the planet. I know that my fellow citizens, ordinary Americans, wish the same. General Donuts sends a letter of condolence. For the last 5 years has been government, Nikolai Tikhonov, an elderly man who began his career during the reign of Stalin in the 30s. Ugh. A tough handyman manager who is completely uninterested in political issues and shuns any intrigue. However, over these years, he failed to formulate any serious and holistic program for the country's development. We're going to start implementing reforms and create a new team that will implement these reforms. Part of Ukraine, who was quite closely acquainted with Brezhnev over the years of working in Ukraine, proved himself to be a skilled manager, while at the same time he was a tough and demanding leader. Vorotnikov recently became head of the Russian government. Before that, he proved himself to be a talented leader. Rizkov, he worked in the Yermish plant for a long time before becoming its general manager. In the early 80s, he began to quickly move up the career ladder, becoming secretary of the Central Committee for Economics. In this position, he worked with a team of Soviet economists to prepare new economic reforms. Actually, we can keep Tikhonov in his position. He has quite successfully managed to maintain the inertia of the country's overall development. Unambitious, aesthetic, efficient manager. Corruption level -6, law and order, political authority points, military leadership loyalty. Thought a trait aesthetic. Authority points. Civil liberty, strength of radical opposition. No, thank you. He will stay. Heard you say... The Neo-Stalinists have broken above 105. Mitterrand's invitation. Comrade General Secretary, we received an invitation from President Francois Mitterrand to make an official visit to France in early October this year. Mitterrand won the election in '81 as a candidate from the United Left-Wing Parties. At the moment, while conservatives dominate the rest of the Western Europe and the United States, France remains one of the few countries where socialists are in power. Should not miss an opportunity to continue to detent and contribute to strengthening peace. However, on the other hand, after we had to enter Afghanistan, relations with France have been sharply deteriorated, and its leadership now constantly looks to the United States. Atlantic alliance between the U.S. and Europe, because Europe is a common home for us all, but not for the Americans. Europe is our common home. Better to focus on normalizing relations with China. One-time effect. If the outcome positive, trait technocrat plus 10. Struggle for influence in third world countries. The Lao peoples will join partnership. Countries is under influence of the USSR plus 5. Kampuchea will join partnership with Comecon. State of France, state diplomacy vector with France, loyalty involved with Euro Atlantis. The outcome is negative. Ooh. Intelligentista, relationship with the state of France, state diplomacy vector, relationship with Western European countries plus 5. Politicians, Euro Atlantis. What is this, a coin flip? PRC, trait Orientalist. Relationship with the United States, minus 15. Well, our relationship does have a little bit of wiggle room. Intelligentista loyalty. Historical continuity in relations between USSR and France, and spoke against any attempts by some powers to undermine the cause of detente in Europe. Key concept on the issue of SDI, Mitterrand said France will not participate in any form of space weapons creation. These weapons differ from existing ones. The transfer of nuclear weapons into space will not only end the agreements on missile defense systems, but also lead to a new arms race. General, but supported the idea of reducing missiles in Europe. Afterward, a press conference was held where he was bombarded with unpleasant questions of French journalists about human rights, dissidents. Was more than unsuccessful. Shit. It all went bad. Because of course it did. Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic leader changed from loyal to moderate. Politicians is available in the game, which is more core mechanisms. Each politician has a card that contains basic information about them. Diplomacy, intrigue, and economy. Their values can range from characteristic, directly affects the effects. Bar of the card indicates the color of the faction to which this politician belongs. How dare you have more political capital than me? This bar indicates the rank of the politician. The relationship with the player. Look at that. The relationship of other politicians toward this politician are shown. Ah. Click the Appoint button. Each trait to see the effects in the intended position. Close the appointment window. Click the More Info button. Start surveillance. Open the conspiracies. Politicians may weave conspiracies against the player. Other politicians demanding repression or removal from positions. In certain cases, a group of politicians may demand changes to doctrines. You can find out which conspiracies he is a member of and force the politician to leave the conspiracy. In any case, the politician will not rejoin this conspiracy again. Don't tell me what to do. Do 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 do. Budget looking okay-ish. Increases corruption. Jesus. When are some of you other ones going to complete? Like you. My hardest to stabilize everything? Dude, it's rough. Put more money in education to research shit faster. After this. Past 5 years, the brightest minds of our party have been working and creating a new CPSU. The current program was adopted in 1961. At the time, Khrushchev proclaimed the goal of creating the material technical base of communism. Unfortunately, communism has not arrived, but the program, despite minor adjustments, remains the same, irritating the enemies of socialism with premature promises made by previous Soviet leaders. And state are changing. There is a need for a new program. Actually, there is no consensus on what should be included and what can be promised. Stalinist vector of foreign policy of countries or types of government. Corporatocracy -5. Loyalty of faction politicians. Euro Atlantis. Trade peaceful. Turn to the thesis of socialism versus capitalism. I really would have liked to do this, but... After this, click the circle button in the bottom right, okay? Reformers, moderates, conservatives, and neo-Stalinists. Oh yeah, I need to stop whatever I'm doing down here.
Подарки друзей взял боец с собой, консервы и рис уложил в мешок, а мать
A summit is set to take place in Geneva where General Secretary of the Committee... The key issue of the upcoming meeting is overcoming the freeze. Recent years of the Cold War, during the negotiations, the main task was formulated, but also a cancellation of SDI. Combat readiness level minus 15. Intelligence loyalty, liberalization in countries in the Warsaw Pact. We'll cancel this summit. No, we won't cancel the summit. That seems like a bad idea. He of politicians with trait anti-Atlantis. Okay, so both of our combat readinesses go minus 5. Secretary General signed a general agreement on exchange of contacts in the field of science, education, and culture in the USSR, and the U.S. Aeroflot flights to the U.S. were fully restored. Oh my god. Economy minus 12? Jesus. The Tanker Wars! Minus 10. Impose sanctions on Iran with all of Comic-Con. What's it called? It's called Crisis in the Kremlin. The Cold War. Protest against U.S. intervention. Protest at the UN. USA combat readiness. Public satisfaction minus 5. Do nothing to respond? Reformers and liberal Democrats? What? They're ongoing for more than 5 years with varying degrees of intensity. At the same time, the relatively peaceful movement of merchant ships has been ensured for some time. In an attempt to provoke foreign intervention in the war, Iraq attacked Iranian oil tankers. Tankers conflicts continue for the next 2 years. The superpowers should protect Kuwaiti tankers from continued attacks by Iran. The U.S. initially ignored the request, but changed its stance after USSR provided Kuwait with several of its tankers. Expansion of America and prevent the expansion of American influence. Income from oil export. Well, I do like income. Tsar in Iran was completely banned. What in the actual fuck? Students into the army +1, currently 2. Political authority points, consensus, military loyalty, special services loyalty. Factions that do not have a majority in the central committee will become stronger. Faction influence reformers, loyalty of faction politicians from reformers. This event is a dialogue one. You can have from 1 to several response options. Regular events are arranged similarly. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, I've already been through that. The leading faction is not moderates. Nista loyalty +20. Hey, we have 100 military leadership loyalty. Good for us. Where was that fucking button? Nope, not this one. No, I will not click that button. Doctrines reflect state policy. Doctrines are divided up in 3 major blocks: diplomatic, economic, and domestic. Any one of the doctrine values except the current one. Observe at least 25. From light industry will decrease by 5. Hello, Captain. Hello. Income. Progressive tax and wealth scale. Tax revenue. What? Oh, yeah, I'm not doing the Russian accent. Well, it's a slog. And to be honest, it's kind of a slog to read this many events. It's not just like the number of events, it's also the type of events. We have essential goods. So, cannot planned economy with elements of self-management. Yeah, getting into this game is about as easy as climbing a brick wall, but once you get into it, you really get into it, sort of like a cult. Well, It's more about just preventing collapse. And there's a bunch of different things you can do that I know from what Stratus told me. Tax incentives, tax revenue. Ooh. Corruption level, services power. Negative income tax, UBI. Well, this one isn't bad. +1 civil activity. Plus, it gives a tax revenue of 53.82. Income from light industry decrease. Damn. Most I've done. You hate the new channel on the server? Oh. Listen. I'm not a fan of it either. But it was to contain. It was to contain. It wasn't because I wanted to. It was to contain it. The Discord is... I wasn't going to hand out, like, bans or anything, because, I mean, it's a small Discord server, so... It's still containment because it's not leaking into general chat, was the point. Damn. Yeah, you're right. But I also did make rules for no fully nude, no even partially nude. They gotta be wearing some kind of clothes. Yeah. Trust me, I know. That's the only one person until it's like 1990s if you're doing full neo-Stalinist. Ah. Ah. Oh my god. Stop with that. Double oil production. double the oil production. The Gulf War! Choose an ally. Iraq. Saddam is cunning and a slippery snake, but at least he's not a threat to our underbelly. Yeah. We do love oil. Morale of the side, Iraq. Yeltsin in it by clicking one of the buttons in the bottom right. But slightly increased support for the Iraqi army to prevent its collapse. Pakistan, Arab Republic. Islamic Republic of Iran will join partnership with Comecon. That would very severely deteriorate our relations with the U.S. We got a little bit of monetary reserve. Congress of the CPSU is declared open. It is to elect a new composition of the Central Committee, which will serve for the next 5 years. However, there's no way to make sure some disagreeable party members will not participate in the elections. But exactly who? Congress will proceed as planned. Shall act against the reformers. During his speech, General Donut Mods. Okay, Captain, thanks for stopping by, man. Have a good day. Towards the moderates, according to the leader of the party of the country, moderates has taken a destructive course aimed at Wait. Oh, shit. I thought I did reformers. Well, that's not great. Impact for modifier points. Empty shelves, -5. Ecology, -5. Basic income, -2. You know what? I'm already fucking deficit. Why not? Every level greater than 70, then services sector greater than civic engagement, corruption. For loyalty of the generals. Jesus. Science points. Oh my god. Don't really want to reduce market share. Nope. Where is it? Current trade volume -9. Economic enlargement. Diminishing returns, impulses, economic doctrines. I would love to change some of my economic doctrines. Hour work week. I don't love it. Doctrine value price policy. Yeah, that's fair. Ugh. Forgery, no. Hey, cannot accept. But it's the votes in favor of. Economic type. In a few months, I'll get an event. Okay. March will go down in history as a turning point for the Shadow War in Afghanistan. Damn. Sucks. No labor income. Information has come in that 3 colonels in the Krasnodar region have built themselves palace-like houses. They definitely couldn't have earned such luxuries through honest work. Our criminal practice concept non-labor income has long been established, referring to income not linked to work in the socialist sector. Primarily, these include speculation, currency operations, private entrepreneurship, private transportation, and bribery. Cree. Entrepreneurship, correction level +8. Technically postpone the issue and forget about it. Services power, intelligentista loyalty, strength of radical opposition, political authority points. Doctrine of value economic type changes to planned economy with elements of the market. So I could change my economy right now. Okay. Technically postpone. Light industry. Neo-Stalinists and conservatives. Second outcome. As many politicians deemed it too harsh, however, conservatives ultimately managed to push its adoption in the first version. Fight against non-labor income was significantly intensified. Control over the law enforcement was transferred to local Soviets. However, in addition to speculators and illegals, small traders and local craftsmen were also caught in mass raids. Of course. It became an all-encompassing and, in essence, legal, especially in Central Asia, where it was embedded in the system of traditional relationships. Events in the fight against corruption was the so-called Uzbek cotton affair. Cotton cultivation formed the basis of Uzbek's economy. Gospelin constantly inflated the production targets of cotton, and the Republican authorities proudly claimed. This is so much reading. Ivanov have personally approached you, asking for the assistance. Cases, it's time to crush the sword on the capital's corrupt officials. Similar processes must be carried out in all Eastern republics. Well, you know what? If I didn't choose to read every event, you would go oof. You would go oof. Oof. Every time. I know it would happen. I know it would happen. It happened when I played Suzerain, and I didn't read every event. Everybody was like, why aren't you reading all the events? Looks of the country. Consensus. Corruption level, forgery, law and order level, civil activity. Beyond Uzbekistan. Agricultural power -5. Poor recruiter. Similar process must be carried out in all Eastern republics of the country. I have 77 of 83 military points. Are you done yet? Oh my god, you are done. Level production automation will be increased by 1. Effects of the production automation modifier will change to the following. Fine. Accept. Bombing of Libya deteriorated sharply. The reason was numerous accusations from the renegade administration against Muammar Gaddafi. Ah, Gaddafi rears his ugly head. And launch a Soviet military operation in Libya. You can see dependency type under the influence of the USSR. Factional influence. National Democrats. Economic stability +5. In the early morning, a catastrophe occurred at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Urgently eliminate the consequences and begin evacuation. Start a campaign against nuclear power in the country? I don't think so. Attempt to secretly eliminate the accident's aftermath. The limit is doubled. The player's possible conspiracy limit from the Use Intelligence Services to Search Dangerous Conspiracies button is doubled. Classify the events as secret. That was a lot of red. Monetary reserve, healthcare level, accessibility to healthcare, relationship with NATO. Ugh. Strengthen radical opposition. God, everybody's such a fearmonger over nuclear power. Possible to avoid Chernobyl? That's cool. The effects will reduce with each year. Urgently eliminate the consequences and begin evacuation. Oh, no. Classify the events as secret. Relationship with NATO. State diplomacy vector, USSR. Ship with countries of NATO, -5. Ah, so you have to have enough civilian research points or nuclear research points. It will remain secret. Da. Afghan thaw, and we still cannot leave. A year and a half earlier, pro-Soviet officers from the People's Democratic Party overthrew the Afghan government, declared the Democratic Republic of Afghanistan. Relationship with NATO countries. Contact Gulubziov. Government, loyalty of politicians, trade, compromising, peaceful, and Euro Atlantis. Carmel stays. Relationship with countries in NATO. Relationship with people. Oh, it's time for decisive action. Just compromising my relations with everybody, huh? China, U.S., Euro Atlantis. The Jews are everywhere! Did not immediately take off in practice. However, negotiations have evidently been very difficult. We must make concessions and demonstrate in practice a change in our policy towards Israel. Best to start with the issue of repatriation of Jews. Reject negotiations. We have our own Israel, and even more, let's invest in the Jewish Autonomous Oblast. Hey, agriculture, monetary reserve, relations with the U.S., intelligentista loyalty, intensify anti-Zionist propaganda. We'll get into politics, political influence, character. We'll get into politics. Loyalty of politicians, trait dissident, compromising openness, activist Euro Atlantis, intelligentista. Nationalist, anti-Atlantis, conspiracy theory. We have our own Israel. We got our own Israel, a better Israel, with blackjack and hookers. Death of Le Duan, Secretary General. The Party of Vietnam has passed away. Support Nguyen Van Lin. Left pragmatism. Socialist reformist. Support du Moi. I know that's definitely not how you pronounce it, but... Hey, plus 12? That's cool. Postmodernism, the ideological weapon of decaying capitalism. That's right, kids. Modern art was a CIA psyop. I know that event didn't have anything to do with that, but it is. Group of party members demands this politician be exiled. For too long, Kuznetsov has been poisoning our great party with his presence. The patience of our faithful sons is overflowing. Time to stop pandering to all sorts of troublemakers and traitors, especially those who constantly neglect the interests of our motherland. Conservatives will leave politics forever. Loyalty of the 10 most influential politicians outside of conspiracy. Minus 10. The politician Vasily Kuznetsov. Guess I need to check conspiracies more. Loyalty of politicians involved in the conspiracy, minus 15. Political authority. Send to a minor position. Conspiracy, Yazov with the goal of send into political exile. Conspiracy power, 112%. As a politician in the plot target, we are not the target of the conspiracy. The target of the conspiracy has no position. Chairman of the state. Dmitry Yazov. Who is this Dmitry? Is there a search button? So many are loyal to me. Dimitri, yeah, there we go. Relations with the player, 0 of 100. Sympathetic to reformist compromising. Who's this Dmitry Yazov? Hey, look, it's Boris Yeltsin. Just like you said. When you get the event to kick someone out, it tells you how much they like you. So if they don't like you, kick them out. If they do, kick out the people that tried to kick them out. Fair. Ah, there you are. You're old. Group of party members demands the politician be exiled. Retire. Who the hell? Too long. Relation to player. 1 of 100. 100. He's 80 years old. Tell you how much they like you, so if they don't like you, kick them out. If they do, kick out the people who tried to kick them out. Piercing from the ranks. What was that? If Social Initiatives Club. Particular popularity effectively became platforms for discussing the implementation of social initiatives. Refuse. On the contrary, we must suppress any hotbed of dissent. Influence of faction influence, social patriots, neo-Stalinists, conservatives. Politicians. Strength of radical opposition. Does this increase radical opposition strength? -5. Yes. Get out of here. American astrophysicist Dr. Charles Hayter pitched a tent near the White House in Washington and announced an indefinite hunger strike, demanding the Reagan administration end the arms race and renounce the use of nuclear weapons. Invite him to the USSR. I'm gonna invite him. Pretty sure I can change doctrines now. Ah. Yes. Negotiations with Americans are not going smoothly. On the diplomatic front, 3 main issues: reduction of strategic and offensive weapons, missiles in Europe, the SDI program. Make concessions on Afghanistan and immigration. Make concessions on missiles. Vector of liberalization in allied countries. Ugh. We are not going anywhere. Morale. Make concessions on Afghanistan and immigration. Why is it -6 next turn? I increased my tax revenue. Hey, +1. Good for us. To expel 25 of our diplomats from the country on charges of espionage. It is unknown whether they were indeed agents of the secret security services, but retaliatory measures are needed. Don't provoke if they were the spies. Protest at the UN. Consensus, unity, strength of radical opposition, special services loyalty, military leadership loyalty. Ah. Protest at UN. Ouch. Oh, it's not. What do you mean it's not compared? If I go in here. Plus 54, plus 54, 6, 54, 9. Oh, why have the plus next to it? That's. I mean, I get it, but. Production income will decrease. Damn, can't change my economic type. Powerless state union. The 48-hour work week. Fate of a disgraced all these disgraced academians. Who, thanks to you, ended up abroad again, became a participant in the slander campaign against the USSR. Protege of imperialism, made several trips to the United States and then to Europe. She expressed gratitude. Needs to be resolved. And deport him abroad. Doctrine valued judicial power changes to political articles in labor camps. If we go full Stalinist, that's what... If we were go full Stalinist, that's what we would do. Logistics and coordination. One-time effect. Mass appeal. Monthly influence from the modifier. Army size. Loyalty of generals. Depends on investment in weapons. -2. Civil liberties. Income from taxes. Nationalizing the economy. Total statification plan. We accept concept of developing NGOs. Distant mountainous land. Increased troop presence between supported by USSR and the armed opposition, Mujahideen backed by the USA. Have been ongoing for nearly 10 years. Yes. Yes, I want your opinion. Immediate troop withdrawal, leaving only advisors. Strength of radical opposition. What? What do you mean? What do you mean, never mind? I said yes! The gray button is best. What? Oh, relations with China. That decreases U.S. economic stability. But fine. Iran-Contra. Withdraw from the aid program. Increase support. The Contra guerrillas, however, our relations with the U.S. are currently quite unstable. Middle? Okay. Oppose the reformers. This spiritual consensus. This increases the loyalty of everybody. I'm guessing gray. That'd be hilarious. I'm a neo-Stalinist, but I oppose neo-Stalinists. What kind of government are you running? A bad one. I'm gonna keep the plenum peaceful. Mainly because everybody hates me. It is the Soviet Union. The Agro-Merc. This party's led by Tito, liberated from occupiers. It's from Yugoslavia, from a multinational federation to a state dominated by Serbs. Old supporters of Tito-style internationalists advocating for the preservation of Yugoslavia. Military Yugoslavs, General Staff of the Yugoslav People's Army, who disdain all forms of nationalism, are prepared to maintain Yugoslav unity by any means. Yeah, you're right. I did. Best in the scheme, provide a loan. Try to hint to the Yugoslav leadership that the enterprise needs to be shut down. Power of the old Yugoslavs. Next, fraud, and recommended covering up the case to avoid worsening our... However, the wheel of corruption investigations could not be stopped. Fair. A group of party members demands a politician be exiled. He's loyal to me. Get out of here. Get out of here. Member... Yeah. Reduce the length of conscription. Combat. Prosecution of hazing in the army. Send him for compulsory treatment. Size army leadership? Whoa. Damn, arguably the best one. Can't do it because mass production of computers at affordable prices selected. Ow. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. All that reading wore me out. Like, I could understand getting into the game because I could. Yeah. Yeah. But but it also just feels like reading newspaper clippings. And the events aren't presented in a fun way as like Sue's Reign is. I don't know. I might give it. I'll give it another try, maybe off camera. And then, because I mean I own the game now, so. But that does it for me tonight. If you were watching, it was all right. It was all right. It's a lot of reading. I'm tired. I'm tired. Like, I am more tired than I expected to be. And I'm really hot. I'm sweating. I don't know if my air conditioning is working that well. But if you're watching, thank you very much for watching. Please consider a comment, a like, or a subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have a